All right, no filter MMA family, welcome back. This is your boy BJ, and I am here. Like I told you guys, I was going to bring you the number 4 ranked UFC heavyweight Curtis Razor Blaydes. I'm joined by my boy Anthony from Bloody Canvas. Curtis, man, it's an honor to do this. It's been in the making for a long time. We've been trying to do this, you know what I'm saying, and finally man, this guy, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call. I got a new nickname for Curtis. It's called the elusive one. Anthony, how does that sound?
He's definitely if Curtis, I ain't even joking with you, bro. If you was a player in Madden, your little thing would be the finesse dude. Just the way you be going around. Oh my god. Don't even get me started, BJ. I'll take all the time.
Yeah, it ain't just you though. I'm real bad with interviews. I'm
Yeah,
real bad,
bro.
but happy we could finally make it happen.
Yeah,
Appreciate being on the
absolutely.
show.
Yeah, man. So I
Yeah.
want to talk to you about your most recent win. You know, a lot of people were, you know what I'm saying, Chris Dawkins was looking good in his last couple of fights, and everybody was like, well, what can he do against Curtis Blaydes, man? And you just showed Chris Dawkins that there was levels to this thing, man. How did you feel going into that fight?
Um, for me, it's just a fight. I approach all my fights the same. I approach all my opponents the same because my game plan is a universal game plan. I don't have to alter it. Doesn't doesn't matter who it is. It just relies on me using my footwork and my high lows and all that stuff. It all works on everybody's. I felt good. I felt confident. Like I said, it was just a fight, and I mean, I'm not gonna tell you I was expecting to get the knockout, but I wasn't that surprised by it because I've known I could strike for years now. I just haven't been forced to, and I'm a hold to that. Like if I don't have to, if I don't have to strike with you, and you're a heavy hitter and money's on the line, I'm gonna take advantage of a hole in your game. If that hole happens to be your wrestling, then that's where I'm gonna go with it. But against Chris in the first round, initial round, I ate I think an overhand and maybe a hook, and just didn't have the pop on it. So I just decided to be a lot more aggressive on the feet.
Yeah. That looked like something. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was like, yeah, he's gonna get him out of here. Because I remember when the lead up to your fight with JDS, everybody was like, I don't know, man. We seen Curtis on the ground. We haven't really seen his feet. JDS's boxing is like elite. It's crazy. And you went out there and put him out on his feet. Like he wasn't even on his back. Like you put him out on his feet. And I think that's when everybody started to realize, like, whoa, maybe we need to start looking past the wrestling and realizing just how much power you have in your hands, bro. Because what you did to Dawkins, it was just like too filthy. It was too filthy.
I mean, I appreciate that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the reasons I do rely on my wrestling as often as I do because almost every heavyweight has power. It's almost a prerequisite. It's like being a flyweight without speed. Like it just don't work. So with that being said, all these heavyweights having power, you don't have to be a Derek Lewis. You don't have to be a Ngannou. Almost every heavyweight can knock out any other heavyweight.
So let me ask you this, Curtis. Like everybody was like heading into this fight, people, well, actually after this fight, everybody was like, oh my gosh, like Curtis Blaydes he looks so confident in his striking, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I've heard Curtis say in the past, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, like he's 100% confident in his striking, like, you know what I'm saying, he's always been confident in his striking. This was just happened to be the fight where, it happened to show, you know what I'm saying, like plus many of his other fights that he had. How surprised were you when I'm sure you look at social media and stuff like that? How surprised were you when you saw how surprised people were at your hands?
I wasn't surprised that other people were surprised. The majority of this is one of the things I don't like about MMA. We have a lot of new,
Fans.
uneducated fans, so they watch
Yes.
one fight and they make a blanket uh, a critique, and that's who you are for all your fights. They watch one fight, that's who you are. So I was expecting. I expected everyone to be like, "Oh my God, he can actually strike." Like I'm a real MMA fighter. I don't just be at the gym doing things I'm already pretty accomplished at. I'm always trying to expand. I barely even use my wrestling during my sparring rounds. I mostly strike because what is me taking a guy down during sparring like? What does that prove? How does that make me better? It doesn't. I spend majority of my rounds fighting out of southpaw these days. I want my southpaw to grow. Like I'm at the gym, I'm growing, and I know that, but I'm not. I've begun over the last few weeks posting more videos of me working out, but that wasn't really my thing. Like I work in in the shadows or whatever. But I get it. People need to see it before they believe it.
Yep.
And I hope now that after this fight and like you said, the previous JDS fight and other fights, I hope it's not as big of a surprise now.
Now, Curtis, after the fight, you always have great post-fight interviews, I think. And Stipe was brought up. Now, was it yesterday, day before, or it might have even been today? They announced potentially interim championship 276. BJ,
Yeah, I
was
think
it
so. Yeah,
276?
yeah.
Stipe, John Jones. Now, I said this to you before we got on. Excuse me. I'm someone that thought you should have been fighting for the title while ago. While ago. I understand how the rankings can be. Now we have Tai Tuivasa ahead of you, uh, and Sorrell gone. Seeing how it's looking like they're probably going to make that fight, is there any direction that you would rather go in? Would you rather go for like the number one spot, or are you just going to go with whoever they offer you, considering the position you're in? Like you're right
I
there.
mean, I know how it's gonna I know how it's gonna work. If if they do John versus Stipe, they'll do Shogun versus Tuivasa because both of them have bad grappling. They're gonna want
Mm-hmm.
to keep those guys away from me. As
Mm-hmm.
for now, as he just proved in his last fight, he's a pretty decent grappler. He'll give me him. He'll give me the toughest. I do believe he's the toughest out of the three, but I do believe I'm the better grappler. I'll win that fight. I believe I'll get Aspinall. I win that. Then I'll get the winner of Tuivasa and Gan, and u- hopefully they'll unify the belts with the winner of John versus Tipe versus Ngannou, and then there's a million. That's what I always tell people. There's an alternate universe where I fight John. There's an alternate universe where I fight
I'm so glad
Stipe.
you said that. I
It
am
could go
so
either
glad
way.
you said that.
That's why I don't put a whole lot of energy into it because either way I gotta fight somebody that's really good. So
Yeah.
I'm a I'm gonna be prepared. That's how I'm
People,
thinking about it.
people didn't want to talk about that, Curtis Blades. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When everybody was talking about John Jones's move to heavyweight, who can John Jones fight? Oh, John Jones versus Stipe, John Jones versus Ngannou, John Jones versus
Mm-hmm.
Derek Lewis. Everybody was talking about, John Jones versus all these people. Nobody talked about the potential John Jones versus Curtis Blades. You know what I'm saying? That's a very winnable with your wrestling, dude. That's a
Well,
very
no,
winnable fight for you.
and that's exactly why they probably won't want to do that because they don't want to waste John Jones. They give him all Ibito.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
That's,
If he
yeah.
loses to Ngannou,
Mm-hmm.
okay. If he loses to Stipe, okay. If he loses to
Yeah.
Derek Lewis, okay. But if he loses to me, I don't have the star power. I don't have a million Instagram followers, so
Right.
it would be viewed as like a waste. So I get it. It's business. That's why I don't get angry about none of this stuff. It's just business. It's just business.
It's
Man,
just business.
that's just
It,
business. That's
yeah.
the
Indeed.
truth, man. That's it. So
Yeah.
Curtis, like you don't do a whole lot of like trash talk. Like that's not your thing, man. Like it's not even
It's
really
only
your
been one time.
only
One
once. Only
time. And
once.
Curtis, that you can ask BJ right here. That is top three funniest moments to me, what you did in that octagon when you was telling Titties to go home.
It's
That
just,
was, I was like, oh my god,
yeah, I don't like him.
yeah,
You're right. I
yeah,
don't like him.
yeah. It was
But
like that was
yeah,
the only
besides
time
that,
we heard you do it.
yeah, that was he went at my dad, so that was just be disrespectful. So,
Disrespectful.
You
but besides
handled
that,
that.
it's just business. I don't have any animosity. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate Ngannou. People
Mm,
probably expect me to hate Ngannou. Why?
right.
He did what he's supposed to do.
Right.
Supposed to attempt to knock me out. He
Mm,
he did it. So
So Curtis, I know you train hard, you know what I'm saying? Like the wrestling, people talk about how, when you're a wrestler, it's the cardio is intense, man, and you have some of the best cardio. And people wonder, like, with grapplers, a lot of people wonder, like, can they do this for 3 rounds or 5 rounds? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And we saw you do that in the fight with Volkov, many other fights. We saw you dominate in the wrestling department, you know what I'm saying, for the entire length of a fight. So with that being said, man, like your training regimen, like when you're is cardio something that you have to train, or is that something that you already have coming from your wrestling background?
well, I think it's something you have to train because it can easily be lost. That's why I don't take that long in between, like after a
Because you're
fight.
a big man, Curtis. You're a big
yeah.
man.
No, I mean, I work at it very hard. All my workouts involve an element of cardio or condition, even if we're doing just drills, pads, jujitsu, anything I do, I want it to be at a pace because that's what MMA is about. It's not about how hard you can do it. It's about how long you can do it. And I rather have cardio over any other physical um, asset. Like that's what
Yeah.
breaks people. If you can, and I know I have that. I know I always have that in my back pocket. Like if I have to, I can do that. I don't want to. Like the Volkov fight, that wasn't how I envisioned that one going. But if I
Right.
have to, I know I can do that.
I got one more question to kind of piggyback off of that, and then Anthony, I'll let you go.
Mm-hmm.
But some guys, after they fought you, you know what I'm saying, people ask them about, you know what I'm saying, the fight they had with you know what I'm saying, and some people say, like, when this guy grabs you, like it's you quickly know his level of wrestling. You know what type of wrestler Curtis Blaydes is once he puts his hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Like once he picks you up, stuff like when you wrap a hold people, they know. So my question is, like, when you are in there and you grab somebody, man, you know what I'm saying, and you take them down, do you feel the lack of,
Yeah,
like, ability to counter you? Like, do you just know you got them when you got them down and doing your thing on the ground?
yeah. No, it's pretty instant. If you're going against a guy who knows what he's doing, you take him down. There's a response, and if they don't give you the proper response or proper reaction, then you usually know. You're like, oh, this guy don't know what he's doing. That
Yeah.
means I can be a lot more aggressive because he doesn't understand what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went with Volkov, that's one of the things I noticed. He knew what he was doing. He was very smart. A lot of guys resist my takedowns, and it just allows me to get into a better position. He did the opposite. He um, uh, he allowed me to get the takedowns. That way he could get into a full guard and get a hold of my wrist and breaking down my posture. Like those are those are the proper responses. And he's one of the few. He did it in Alistair. He had some pretty good responses, but he gassed out. Volkov, he had the conditioner to do it for 5 rounds. So yeah, that's something I noticed immediately when I grab you. If you don't do the right response, it's a pretty easy read.
Man, I think it's inevitable that you're gonna fight Ngannou again. Like, to be honest with you, because I think he's gonna have the belt probably for a little while. Um, what BJ just said, just to sort of change into a similar lane real quick, when you fought Ngannou twice, he wasn't known for anything he was doing on the ground, right? Now he fights Stipe. He looks great in the rematch with, he defended himself on the ground. And then against Cyril Gahn, who's supposed to be like this wizard on the ground, you better watch out for your limbs and all this stuff on the ground.
People watch one fight where
Yeah.
he heel hooked my homie Dontel, and I've rolled with Dontel. That's
Mhm.
what he does in the gym. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. You put him on the ground, he doesn't give you the right reaction. So
Yeah.
people saw Shogun get an easy heel hook off my homie, who isn't a grappler. I'm just be 100. He's not a
Yep.
grappler. He gave up that easy heel hook, and now
Mhm.
everyone thinks, oh my God, Shogun's got. No, he doesn't. No, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I've been waiting for more people to say that as
There's
well.
levels to this shit. Like, listen, guys, we're talking to Curtis Blaydes. We're talking to one of the. I mean, let's just be 100% real here. When somebody like Curtis Blaydes says that you ain't got that ground game like that, you ain't got that wrestling like that. That shit is real, Anthony. Because we're talking
Oh, I know.
one of the, arguably, if not the best wrestler.
No, he is the best wrestler
right now.
I
Right
think
now,
I am.
Curtis Blaydes is arguably one of the best wrestlers, if not the best wrestler in the UFC right now. So,
But
I'm hoping
but
to break that record.
hell yeah. But real quick, seeing how those two fights went down with Cyril with Ngannou on the ground, was there anything that made you be like, okay, I see you've been working in different departments, or is this
No.
another thing where you're like,
No,
it's levels?
he's grown. Like no,
Mhm.
like you said, there's levels. Before on a scale of 1 to 10, Ngannou's grappling was like a 1.
Yeah,
Now
sure.
I give it like a 4, and for him, that's all he needs. Like me, my hands. If Izzy's like a 9 or 10, I'm not. I'm like a 6.
Yeah.
But with my wrestling, that's all I need. I don't have to be Izzy. I don't have to be Shogun. I'm gonna blend mine with the wrestling that opens up everything else.
Yeah.
I don't have to be those guys.
I'm so glad that you said that.
Yes.
Curtis Blaydes. I want Combo Breaker 99 to listen to what Curtis Blaydes just said. Curtis Blaydes said, listen, with the type of motherfucker I am in the wrestling department, my hands ain't got to be 100%. Combo, take heed to that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
And that's one of the reasons I believe I am going to be one of the best in MMA, because you have to remove your ego. I don't have an ego.
Right.
Ego has destroyed a lot of athletes. It destroyed Ronda. Ronda let her coach get in her head and think that she had hands. That it destroys lots of athletes. That's the biggest example, but it happens a lot. People get outside of who they are. And I'm not going to do that because I understand that my wrestling is the girl I brought to the dance. I'm not just going to get away from it. And like I said, I plan on breaking GSP's takedown record. I'm almost regret not taking down Chris at least a few times just to have my stats. I could have got an easy 4 or 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Our boy Jacob Janowski from Throwing Hands Podcast says, what's up to Curtis? Yes, sir. Too bad he couldn't be here tonight. So, Curtis, before I let you go, man, I just want to ask you a couple more questions, man. So, I'm very proud dad. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter's your world, you know what I'm saying? So, I want to ask you, what do you do in your off time, man, when you're not training, when you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, right, let's say in the 2 or 3 weeks after a fight, what does Curtis Blaydes do?
I hang out at home, play Madden.
Yep. It's funny he said Madden.
Hang out with my daughter. I'm a homebody. I really don't. I like to watch movies. I want to go watch the Batman, and I'll probably go watch Doctor Strange.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I don't do too much. I'll be in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Curtis, if real quick, if you had to 1 out of 10, what would you give the Batman? Because everybody's giving it 10s and
I ain't
masterpieces.
gonna give it a 10. It wasn't. It was good. I was impressed by Robert Pattinson. I didn't believe in him originally, but he showed he has some acting range. He did really well. I like the guy they had playing Detective Jim
Yeah,
Gordon, that black
Gordon.
dude. I like him. So I give it like a strong 8. I liked it more than I liked Christian Bale Batman.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Really?
me too.
I
Because it's
like the
gritty.
Batman movies. It's not because of Christian Bale. I like it because of the cinematography, like the camera angles,
Hmm.
the music, the plot, the villains. I like the villains. Villains in those movies, like the villain in the Batman. I I didn't think he was like it was a Riddler. He's not that scary, but the Batman overall, I think it was a good movie. I liked that he wasn't like he wasn't OP. He was like in the beginning of
Yep.
becoming Batman's. Like he made mistakes. He got his ass whooped a few times. I liked seeing him have to get over his adversity.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what? Let me ask you this: since you're talking about Batman, what are you expecting from Doctor Strange?
I'm not expect. I'm just expecting it to be amazing. I've with the Marvel movies. I watch a lot of YouTubers that like do like
Me
Easter
too.
eggs and
Me too.
breakdowns, and they all have their own ideas. And I don't know. I really don't know. I am expecting to see the Illuminati. I've heard they're going to be in there, so I'm just excited. Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Combo Breaker
Hey
99.
man,
Combo Breaker says, "What is your favorite cheat meal?"
Uh, honey buns. Love honey
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 buns.
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 What, microwaved or no?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
microwave. Definitely microwave.
Set microwaves.
Man, I was just thinking about Curtis Blaydes saying he go to movie theaters and whatnot.
Hmm.
Anthony, imagine sitting down. You just sat down in the movie theater and you eating your popcorn, waiting on the movie to start the preview, and you see a big ass behemoth like Curtis Blaydes
Bro,
walking
I'd be
away,
like,
bro.
what the fuck? For one, Curtis, I'm only 5'7". So I'd be like, what? I was like, oh shit, that's Curtis Blaydes. Fuck this movie. Like, hold on. Hold on.
It could
Yeah.
happen.
Last question, Curtis, for you, man. We ain't gonna keep you forever, man. We know you're trying to enjoy your afternoon, man. What can we expect from Curtis Blaydes into 2022? At the end of 2022, where does Curtis Blaydes stand?
Hopefully, I'll be one fight away. Like I said earlier, I beat
Hmm.
Aspinall. I get the winner of Tuivasa and Strogan. So
Hmm.
hopefully that's how it works out.
Nice. You got anything, Anthony?
Actually, I do. How surprised would you be if you got the offer to fight Sorrel Gone instead of
Oh,
Tuivasa?
I'd be very surprised, but I'd be happy. That's the
Yeah,
one I wanted.
yeah.
That's the one you want. That's a winnable
That's the
fight.
one I want too.
Yeah.
That's a very winnable fight.
That's why I
Oh
don't think I'll
yeah,
get it because that's the
yeah.
one. Originally, I asked for him before I got Chris. Then they
Hmm.
gave me him. So
Yeah.
who knows if I actually get it?
Before you go, Curtis, last thing, man. I know I gotta let you go. We on that 25-minute mark. But Sarah McMahon, after her win recently, she posted something. She goes, "There's just something about what I'm saying, that the right hand or whatever's your power hand and being a wrestler. You know what I'm saying, about this power. You know what I'm saying, that wrestlers have. Is that do you feel that power? I see that power, but do you feel that power? Like, is that really like a thing for these wrestlers? Because it's
I
pretty
think
across the board.
yeah, I think it's the hip movement of your rear leg. It feels like to throw a power cross. It feels almost like taking um, a blast bubble. That's how it feels for me. Like when I'm high lowing, I can explode into this, or I can explode
Yeah,
into a shot, and it feels the same on my hip, which allows it to be faster because I've taken a million blast doubles. I haven't thrown as many right hands, but it feels almost the same. So it makes
that's crazy, man.
it's
That's
just
that's I
easier.
knew it was a thing.
Yeah, I think so. I believe that. I don't know if 100%, but yeah, I believe that.
Mhm.
Nice. I like that. Curtis, the floor is yours, man. Give a shout out to your coaches, whoever you want to give a shout out to, man. The floor is yours.
I mean, I always want to give a shout out to Team Elevation and my coaches, Benny and Cody. And I want to give a shout out to my management, uh, Tainer Sports Management, and that's it. That's it.
That's it. Guys, you heard it here first, guys. Of course, go follow Curtis Blaydes on his social media. He's very active on social media, very nice guy. He will laugh at your post. If you find something funny, he will laugh at your post, guy. And he will comment, especially if you saying somebody got hands and they don't, he'll tell you their hands are trash. So he'll tell you their hands are trash. So yes, sir. So like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys jump over to Bloody Canvas and subscribe to us over there. Shout out to my boy Anthony and shout out to the number 4 rank, guys. Listen, the number 4 rank UFC heavyweight contender, Curtis Razor Blaydes. And we out, man. Thank you for the time, Curtis.
No
Thank you.
problem, man. Like I said, I'm happy we were finally able to do it. I did feel bad about last week. Like I said, I'm real bad with interviews. That happens a lot.
Don't worry about
I
it, bro.
feel like it's just you. It's not.
It's something about these team elevation guys, because Austin Hubbard was hard to nail down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hard. I said it must be the team elevation guy. That's what it is.
Well, I don't know what his excuse is. My excuse is I smoke a lot. He don't smoke that much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Curtis. That's what I was doing just now in that pen.
we all there, bro. Yes, sir. All right, Curtis, man. We appreciate your time, bro.
No problem, man. You guys
Thank
have
you,
a good
man.
night.
You too.
All right.
Guys, you heard it here first. What a nice guy, man. What a nice guy. Hey, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, drop them comments in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button, and we out.